Let's go for it. Hi, and this is the very first Music and Musings vlog that I'm doing, a new thing that I decided to do in 2015. I've been blogging on my current website, carolmaywhittick.com, twice weekly, and I just wanted to do something a little bit different. I've always liked the idea of doing videos, and I thought, why not do it? So just taking what I normally blog about, music, and also things that inspire me in my life, just taking that forward and bringing it onto this platform, and starting with a book that I read this week, and it was brought to my attention by another musician, and it's called The War of Art by Steven Pressfield. The reason that I really felt drawn to read this book without knowing too much about it was just because of the idea of having someone who is a creative themselves actually talking about the creative process, and not even so much the creative process, but that bit before you actually do what it is you really want to do, and why you kind of get caught up in not doing it. And that period of not doing it can be a day or a month if you're lucky, but then other times it can spread into years, and then tragically it can spread into lifetimes of you not getting to that point, because there is this thing that just comes and overtakes you, and this thing he describes as resistance. And resistance, he's saying, if I paraphrase, is if there's something that is within you that is going to kind of take you from one level to like a greater level of yourself, the greater the element and the potential for growth, the greater the resistance you will come against. So that's why I wanted to read it. I thought this was really interesting because as part of me, as much as I don't want to hear it, that I really resonate with that. And two main elements that you kind of come into within resistance is procrastination and self-sabotage. So procrastination in particular is something where you will come up with the most reasonable reasons why you shouldn't do what you want to do. Suddenly everything else in the world takes precedence in front of you actually getting down and doing what it is you want to do. And then the other side of things is then self-sabotage, and then self-sabotage can be things that you do to yourself. For instance, if what you want to do is kind of get your body in shape and get fit, suddenly cakes or drinking or taking too much drugs or whatever your vice may be become more prevalent in your life than ever before, and that thing that you're aiming to achieve then becomes impossible to meet. So it was an interesting thing coming from somebody who mainly is a fiction writer, but then has actually written a book about what they encounter in order to get themselves to be the successful fiction writer that they are. And interestingly also to know that once you reach that level of success or perceived success from the outside, that those demons, that gremlin of resistance never really goes away. It's something that you have to face every day, and although you don't want to use the word battle, there is a level of kind of moving forward and overcoming. And for myself personally, there was another part that I found really interesting, another kind of quote that he put into in a word that just sometimes you read something and you're like, yeah, okay, all right, and it makes perfect sense, and you feel that, you know, someone else out there gets it, and it just makes more sense to you to move on. And for me personally, there was always this element of, why do I want to do music? Why do I want to put myself in front of people? Is it solely because I really want to do what I want to do and I feel I've got something to give, or is there this kind of crazed egomaniac inside of me that just wants to have everyone adore and laud praise and so forth on me? And it was, you know, I needed to know what it was, and I'm going to read what I've written down as his quote for this, and I just and leave it there really, because I thought that was the thing that, okay, you know, it's not just about me wanting praise, and everyone wants praise and acknowledgement, but it was just that there was something else more. And forgive the green paper, but it was saying creative work is not a selfish act. or a bid for attention on the part of the actor. It's gift to the world and every being in it. So it's this kind of thing of just thinking, well, if you've got an idea in your head, providing it's not on a mass destructive level, then there's something about it that must be attainable, because anyone who is creative realizes that you have an idea, you have a song, you have an inkling for a business, you have an idea for a design of a clothing or a car or anything. Everything around us was initially a thought in somebody's head, and they just took it further. And so you can't disregard your thoughts, you can't disregard the idea that you have of yourself being something better than you are at this particular point in time as nothing. You have to take it on board and you have to stretch towards it, and you becoming that person, or what you become as a result of moving forward to that, is what makes life beautiful and creation beautiful and being a creative beautiful. So that was my first Music and Musings. Hope you enjoyed it. So if you can subscribe and follow me on Twitter at Casmic, that's CAZMICK, and my website is carolmaywhittick.com, and you can find me on the usual places as well, like Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, which I love and adore. Whoever invented that, excellent. Okay, so see you soon. Take care. Bye.